The exercise for the upper body is a combination of two exercises. So we have one in eccentric and one in concentric. The goal is to develop the maximal strength of the upper body muscle involved in the movement of attack in fencing. In the same way, this exercise develops the core stability. The completion style is 4-second tempo for the eccentric, and then help for the concentric way with the other end to raise up the kettlebells. And for the single arm bench press is 101. About the physics, there we want to develop the capacity to control the momentum at the end of the attack movement and be able to reduce the inertia when the fencer wants. The eccentric with 4-second tempo increase the time and tension and increase the strength gain. The single bench press with kettlebell develop in the same way the shoulder stability and the max strength by isolate one side.
For this exercise, we start from a box and control the eccentric phase. We start on a higher position in order to control inertia when we land on the ground. Additional weights enable to increase the total weights and to work on core stability because we have the weights in both sides. We don't want our guy to get down but to control the landing. Like in the first exercise, it enables to control gravity and inertia while he's attacking. We are working with both feet at front because it is a vertical jump and not an horizontal movement, like in fencing, so we don't want to increase the imbalance between both feet in order to prevent injuries.
After the lunge exercise, we have decided to do this leg press exercise in eccentric for various reasons. First of all, this mode of contraction prevents injuries and increase the performance, especially of strength. It will also improve athletes' internal forces, such as the tendon stiffness, but it is not the topic of the day. In fact, we are going to talk about external forces and more precisely of momentum control. However, before talking about physics and the interest of eccentrics, it is important to mention the limitation of this exercise. The leg press is an excellent working tool in strength, but quite far from the field. Indeed, as you can see in this video, our athletes only work on a limited range of motion, which doesn't allow to work all the angulation mobilized on the field. This is why it would be interesting to perform a work with a body weight like squat, for example, to work at greater amplitude and thus in a contrast method to increase the gain of strength. To get back to our exercise, we decided to make 4 series of 5 reps with a tempo of 2 seconds in concentric, 0 seconds of holding and 2 seconds in eccentric with the heavier load. Increasing the load in eccentrics will make it possible to work on the deceleration capacity of the leg and thus on the control of the momentum. In fact, during the concentric phase, the inertial force will be opposed to our acceleration, while during the eccentric phase, we increase the load, which will increase the external forces applied in our direction. Therefore, we will insist on this deceleration capacity to be able to control the momentum and thus to improve our quality of force max.